Hey guys, you're not gonna believe what I just found. Remember when you were a kid and dreamed about having the coolest treehouse in the neighborhood? Well, forget treehouses. I'm about to show you something that'll blow your mind. We're talking about a floating palace that costs more than some country's GDP. No joke. But before we dive in, quick question. How much do you think the most expensive bottle of wine in the world costs? Keep that number in mind, because what I'm about to tell you about this Yachts wine cellar, well, let's just say it might make that bottle look cheap. Let me start with something crazy. This yacht is longer than a football field. Yeah, you heard that right. At 439 feet long, you could literally play a proper soccer match on its deck, if the owner would let you, that is. Speaking of the owner, but we'll get to that juicy story in a bit because it involves a Saudi prince, a handshake, and $500 million spent in less time than it takes to order a pizza. Now I know what you're thinking. Come on, how special can a boat be? Well, buckle up because I'm about to take you on a tour that'll make your dream house look like a garden shed. First off, this isn't just any luxury yacht. It's basically a floating city. 7 decks. Let that sink in. Most luxury apartments in New York don't have 7 floors, but this yacht does. And each deck, it's packed with stuff that sounds made up, but I promise you, it's all real. Let's start with the underwater observation room. Yeah, you read that right. Sitting in a cozy lounge, sipping champagne while watching dolphins swim by right outside your window. It's like having your private aquarium, except the fish are actually free and you're the one in the tank. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember I mentioned that wine cellar? Well, get this. It can hold over 2,500 bottles of wine. And not just any wine storage. We're talking about a climate-controlled vault that would make most wine collectors cry tears of joy. The temperature is kept at exactly 54 degrees Fahrenheit, with humidity controlled to the precise percentage needed for perfect wine aging. Now let's talk about something that'll make your inner child lose it. This yacht has not 1, but 2 helicopter landing pads. Why 2? Because when you're this rich, your friends also have helicopters, duh. But wait, there's also a hangar. A hangar. On a boat. Let that sink in. Your helicopter can literally be stored inside the yacht. That's like having a garage for your flying car. But here's something even crazier. And I saved this for now because I almost couldn't believe it myself. The Serene has its own submarine. A submarine. You know, just in case you get bored of being above water and want to explore what's underneath. It's like having a convertible, except instead of putting the top down, you're diving into the ocean. The interior? Oh boy, where do I even start? Remember those fancy hotel suites you see in movies? Triple that luxury and you're getting close. We're talking about 4,500 square meters of interior space designed by Raymond Langton Design, basically the Michelangelo of yacht interiors. Here's a mind-blowing detail. There's a spiral staircase that goes through all 7 decks. But this isn't your regular staircase. It's a piece of art that looks like it's floating in midair. The steps are made of glass and stainless steel, lit from below, creating this ethereal effect that makes you feel like you're walking on starlight. Now, let's talk bedrooms. Or should I say floating palaces? The master suite is bigger than most people's entire homes. But here's the kicker. It has a private deck. Not just any deck. A deck with its own jacuzzi, outdoor lounge, and privacy screens that rise from the floor at the touch of a button. James Bond, eat your heart out. But wait, there's more. The yacht has multiple pools, because why have one when you can have several? The main pool can be converted into a dance floor. Yes, you heard that right. 1 minute you're swimming, the next minute you're dancing under the stars. There's even an indoor pool with climate control, because sometimes you want to swim when it's storming outside. Now let me tell you about something that blew my mind. The spa complex. This isn't your regular gym with a sauna. We're talking about a full-blown wellness center that would make 5-star resorts jealous. There's a hammam. That's a Turkish bath for those wondering. A spa pool, multiple treatment rooms, and a beauty salon. But here's the crazy part. The spa has snow rooms. Snow rooms. On a yacht, in the middle of the ocean. Let that sink in. Speaking of entertainment, forget everything you know about home theaters. The Serene has an IMAX cinema. But that's just the beginning. There's a piano lounge, multiple bars, and get this, a climbing wall. Because apparently, When you're rich enough to own this yacht, regular exercise is too boring. Now let's get a bit technical, because the engineering behind this beast is absolutely insane. The Serene was built by Fincantieri, an Italian shipyard that's been building ships since 1780. Think about that. They've been building ships longer than the United States has been a country. The yacht is powered by 8 diesel engines that generate enough power to light up a small town. It can cruise at 15 knots with a top speed of 20 knots. But here's what's really impressive. It has 0 speed stabilizers. What does that mean? Even when the yacht is stationary in rough seas, it stays as steady as a house on land. No seasickness on this baby. Remember that Saudi prince I mentioned earlier? Here's where the story gets wild. In 2015, Prince Mohammed bin Salman spotted the Serene while vacationing in the south of France. He liked it so much that he bought it on the spot for $458 million. The previous owner? A Russian vodka tycoon. The deal was done so fast that some crew members only found out they had a new boss when they woke up the next morning. But here's something most people don't know about the Serene. It's actually environmentally conscious. I know, sounds weird for a super yacht, right? But it has advanced waste management systems, water treatment facilities, and uses special paint that reduces drag in the water, making it more fuel efficient. It's like having a Prius, except it's a floating palace. Want to know what it takes to keep this floating marvel running? A crew of 52 people. That's right, 52 people working around the clock to maintain this masterpiece. They have their own quarters, dining areas, and recreation spaces. It's like a small village living inside the yacht, making sure everything runs perfectly for the guests. The crew includes everything from world-class chefs to diving instructors, mechanics to massage therapists. There's even a dedicated person just for maintaining the wine cellar. Dream job? Anyone? Speaking of service, the attention to detail is mind-blowing. Each guest room has its own iPad that controls everything from the temperature to the curtains. Want breakfast in bed? One tap. Need your jacuzzi heated up? Another tap. It's like living in the future, except it's happening right now. But here's my favorite detail. And this is something I saved for last because it's just too cool. The yacht has a secret emergency escape pod. Yeah, you heard that right. It's like something out of a spy movie, except it's real. In case of emergencies, guests can be evacuated safely in a high-speed tender that's hidden away in a special garage. So, what's the price tag for all this luxury? When it was built in 2011, it cost $330 million. But that's just the building cost. Operating this beauty? About $50 million per year. That includes fuel, crew salaries, maintenance, and of course keeping those wine cellars stocked. Before I wrap this up, here's something to think about. The Serene isn't just a yacht. It's a testament to what's possible when engineering meets unlimited budget. It's a floating piece of art that pushes the boundaries of what we think is possible on water. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the world's most incredible yachts, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos about extraordinary engineering and luxury. Drop a comment below telling me what aspect of the Serene shocked you the most. Was it the submarine? The snow room? Or maybe that insane wine cellar? And hey, if you want to see more content like this, check out my other videos about amazing engineering feats. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.